Yeah.
Overcast 3,600. Temperature 15. Dew point 08.
So we're gonna put the beacon light on.
0.
We're gonna lean the mixture a little bit. We're gonna get the flaps up.
Runway 20. Notice airman. Junction towers open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Ground frequency 121.7. Tower frequency 119.4.
I gotta listen through one more time.
Taxiway runway 1 and runway 2 is closed. Bird activity is moderate. Advise on this contact you have information Foxtrot.
Foxtrot.
Tower information Foxtrot is now current. Time 16550.
Look at that thing.
2603. Visibility 10 mile.
That thing is crazy.
2,600.
What is that?
Overcast 3,600. Temperature 15. Dew point 08. Altimeter 3009. Visual approaching. Use lane runway 20.
Okay. So every hour they're gonna put out new airport information. It's gonna have the weather, the airport conditions, or they talk about the construction, runway closures, all that. So when you call up ground control for your taxi clearance, you want to let them know I have Foxtrot. So it's going to be denoted with one of the phonetic alphabet terms, so Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta. So we have Foxtrot now. So we can tell ground we're at flight school parking with Foxtrot ready to taxi to depart to the west.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and taxi on out there. Once we get to a straightaway, I'll have you try the pedals a little bit.
Okay.
So on the ground, this does nothing.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it looks just like a steering wheel, but yeah, you'll inevitably try to take a turn with it, but it's all pedals here.
Okay.
John 2 ground, Skyhawk 972 Delta Papa is at flight school parking with Foxtrot ready to taxi for departure to the west.
Aircraft calling John Toon ground for taxi instructions. Say you call son again.
Yeah, it's Skyhawk 972 Delta Papa at flight school parking.
Skyhawk 972 Delta Papa, stand by, sir. You stepping on another aircraft. Break the aircraft calling before the Cessna. Say you call son.
Citation 730 taxis Contour with Foxtrot.
Citation 730 Juliet Sierra, runway 20, taxi via Romeo 3 and Alpha, taxiway.
Alright, runway 20, Romeo 3, Alpha, 730 Juliet Sierra.
And Cessna 972 Delta Papa, you'll follow the citation coming out of Contour, taxi to runway 20 via Romeo 3.
20 via Romeo 3 Alpha, and the citation 972 Delta Papa.
John 10 ground, gyrocopter 195 Whiskey Delta.
Sounded like he's getting a little attitude there.
We have the citation,
Hear that?
but not the Cessna, and we're ready to taxi with Foxtrot.
Gyrocopter 195 Whiskey Delta, sir. Hold your position. The
I didn't either.
Before you.
Okay, is he behind us?
Yes, sir, he is. He's coming off the ramp.
Okay, we'll watch for him to pass us. Then, thank you.
And citation 730 Juliet Sierra, sir. I had a change to your clearance while you was off break. You ready to copy your new clearance?
So what does that do?
So this is just controlling like the throttle, like if I want to speed up,
And citation
Gotcha.
I can push that in or
Mike Sierra Yankee.
Okay.
reduce it.
Got it.
First fix you go into will be Victor Uniform Zulu, followed by Mike Charlie Bravo, followed by Romeo Yankee Tango Hotel Mike 4, Dennis Fowl. Climb and maintain 3,000. Expect flight level 400, 10 minutes after departure, and departure speed 119.35, and your squawk is 1354.
See this thing over here, Brian?
730 is clear to the New Orleans Airport radar vectors. Victor, Yankee, Zulu, Mike Charlie Bravo for the rhythm 4 at foul. Climb maintain 3,400 in 10 minutes. 1935 departure squawking 1354.
Thing's hilarious.
Citation 0, Jules Sierra.
Looks like it's out of a movie.
20 taxi.
Space movie.
20 Alpha, 0 Juliet Sierra.
Gyrocopter 195 Whiskey Delta. The Cessna is at Romeo 3. Follow the Cessna, taxi runway 20. And so you need to do a little run up first.
Won't need a run up, but we'll be departing to the west.
Copy that.
All right, so yeah, when we're taxiing here, I'm basically just trolling with my feet. See that?
Yeah.
So If you have to make a sharp...
2 Delta Papa, you need to do a run up.
Affirmative.
And so it's 2 Delta Papa, you could do your run up at Alpha 4.
2 Delta Pop.
2 Delta Papa, you departing to the west also.
Affirmative. So when you do a turn, you kind of have to like tap a little brake with it. Because what the bottom of the pedal is doing is it's controlling the rudder, but we don't have enough airflow back there to really give you much control with the rudder.
Yeah.
But it does control the direction of the nose wheel too.
Affirmative, sir.
But it kind of lags a little bit. Like I have to do full, you know, pressure in there to get it to go. So here you can kind
Very
of,
good. 5 Whiskey Delta, we'll continue to the end.
you can kind of try to do it with the pedals a little bit here.
Just try it out.
Yeah, so go ahead and hit a little left. There you go, see that? You got it, that's all right. You just gotta have to kind of get a little touch with it.
Yeah.
It's really weird at first.
Yeah.
And then go ahead and just bring it a little left. But after like 3 or 4 flights, honestly, it becomes like really intuitive and easy to do.
Yeah.
You just kind of, you have to constantly kind of work it a little bit.
So when you press right,
It goes right.
it goes this way.
Yeah, and then let's bring it left. See that? And then
Okay.
right.
Got it.
There you go. So yeah, it just takes a little practice. And then go ahead and bring it back left. There you go. You just want to be kind of loose on it and just keep working it.
Okay.
A little bit back over. And a little bit back to the left. So here, let me take it real quick.
Okay.
So what you want to do is kind of just like, right now, I'm not doing anything. It's tracking straight.
Okay.
A little tap right, little tap left, little right. You know, you just kind of do like, and really on the bottom here, like, see how my feet are like way down, heels
Yeah.
are back. So we're just kind of,
Ground.
it'll track pretty straight. You just gotta like
Yeah.
fine tune it. But like I said, if you ever want to do like a sharp turn, you have to go like full pressure.
Okay.
Sky 5880 Echo, we are at the ramp, ready to taxi to runway 20.
There you go, then just let off a little bit.
Foxtrot 5880 Echo.
So it's a 5880 Echo, runway 20, taxi via Romeo 3 and Alpha Taxiway.
Romeo 3 to
There
Alpha,
you go. All right, I'll take them real quick.
At Alpha 4, if that's okay with you. 5880 Echo.
That's a 80 Echo, that is approved.
Run up approved 5880 Echo.
But we're gonna do we have to do a quick run up here. All right, so we'll go ahead and get out our checklist. I use one in my phone through 4 flight. Checklist usage is pretty important. You always want to practice it because pilots are forgetful. So we're gonna hold the brakes. We're gonna shut our doors and windows. Your door should be shut. The left's down. Yep, that looks good. Flight controls just go right, left, back, forward.
Okay.
You go ahead and give that a quick, just go ahead and run through that. Fuel selectors both, trim's good, mixture's rich, rudder trim's fine. We're gonna throttle up to 1700 RPM.
Okay. So you hold the brake and pull that?
With the, yeah, so you're gonna hold the brakes, because if I let go, we'd start moving right now. So what we're gonna do is check some engine stuff real quick. So we operate with 2 magnetos. We'll get into this later. But what you want to do is make sure both are operational. So I'm going to go to the right magneto, and there's going to be a little drop in RPM. And then back up. There should be a rise back up. No roughness. Go to the left magneto. There's a drop. And back up. No roughness. Carburetor heat should give us a little drop. That's good. No roughness. Back in. And then we just bring it back to 1,000. We'll go over why we do all that stuff later, but it's an important kind of check.
Okay.
Alright, fuel looks good. Left, right tank, we visually inspected that. Oil temperature's in the green, oil pressure's in the green. It'll come up a little bit more when we add full power. Radios are good, we're gonna switch to tower. Beacon lights on, and everything looks good. Alright. I always like to do one last kind of flow check. Fuel's on both. Trim is set. Mixture's rich, flaps are up, power's at 1,000, carb heat's in, beacon's on. We're on both. Primer's locked. And battery's on.
Okay.
Alright. Altimeter or transponder goes to alt. And we're ready to get our takeoff clearance. Tune Tower, Skyhawk 972 Delta Papa's at Alpha 4. We can do an intersection departure here.
And 972 Delta Papa, John 2 Tower, roger. Hold short, runway 20 lane traffic.
Hold short 20 at Alpha 4, 972 Delta Papa. Alright, so she told us to hold short. So when you're sitting here, you're going to get one of two calls when you ask to take off. Cleared for takeoff or hold short.
Okay.
We have to hold short because there's a plane coming in right there.
Got it.
So if you cross this line when they tell you to hold short, you get in trouble. You got to explain yourself to the FAA. No. Not good. This is our magnetic compass. You always want to align your directional gyro here with what you read here.
Okay.
Because this is easier to use to navigate, but it kind of swings off its heading sometimes. So every like 10-15 minutes you want to realign it up here.
Got it.
Now these ones are a little bit easier to read because it's like a flat card, but a lot of times it's like, you know, sitting laterally in like a kerosene, and it swivels and oscillates. So
Yeah.
basically you try to find like stay on a fixed heading and then put it in here.
Okay.
And then use this.
Got it.
No, we're constantly kind of updating that. So this is your 6-pack that we talked about in the video.
Yeah.
These are additional nav aids, just don't even worry about those right now.
Okay.
We need to look at this, but really all you need to look at right now is the 6-pack
Again, or left close
and the
traffic.
tachometer.
Correction, right close traffic.
We'll get into everything else.
Traffic 64360. Cessna 972 Delta Papa, traffic in the upwind be entering the right downwind. Runway 20, clear for takeoff. Right turn to the left approved.
20 clear for takeoff, 972 Delta Papa. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and roll out here.
Okay.
As soon as we roll out on the center line, I'm going to slide my heels back, so I'm off the brakes. I'm just on the pedals here.
Okay.
We're going to get up to about 55 knots, and then we're going to rotate, which means lift off. You can go ahead and feel this with me on the controls.
Okay.
We're going to smoothly go full power. Building up some speed. And we just lift up a little bit, pull back just a little bit, and we're up. That's really all it takes, you know, it's not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Just little back pressure. You just let the plane do the work. What I usually do is just pitch the nose, like right on the trees up there, right on the horizon. And that's pretty much it. You know, we're visual. We don't need to worry too much about what speed we're at or anything.
Okay.
Just pitching it right there. We got aircraft over there in sight. There's 1,000 feet. So we're 500 feet above sea level here. So at 1,000, that means we're 500 AGL. So that's when we turn, make our first turn.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna turn over to the right.
So is this turning it?
Yeah, I could be off the pedals completely. See that? And I'm
Okay.
just banking with the aileron now. Now how you're gonna use the pedals in flight is if I just bank and don't use pedals. See how my inclinometer kind of swings outside here?
Yeah.
Basically what you're doing is you're banking, but you're kind of uncoordinated. You're kind of going sideways through the air.
Yeah.
So the rudder kind of pulls the nose over through it like that.
Got it.
So we'll get through that more, but you know, that's a little intro.
Yeah.
0 Echo, John 2 Tower, go ahead.
5880 Echo, we are holding short of runway 20.
And you can see, like, if you just get this trimmed out, this is like the poor man's autopilot right here.
Okay.
Echo, roger,
Just
on the
set that there and you can pretty much go hands off.
Gotcha.
You know,
Takeoff, right, close traffic.
but these are really stable airplanes. You know, they just pretty much hold where they're at.
Yeah.
If it goes up a little high, just lower the nose a little bit,
Cessna 260, that'll be one.
and then just trim it down a little bit.
Gotcha.
But the whole, like when you start to fly, you just want to be really light on the controls. The worst thing you can do is like
Yeah.
death grip, you know? That's really bad. Like finger flying, they call it. You know, you just kind of guide it along. You don't want to fight it. You know,
Yeah.
you're going to get a little bumped around, especially here in Tennessee. There's a lot of turbulence.
Gotcha.
But you just, yeah, take it nice and easy. We'll go up, so we're passing through 2,200. We'll go up to about 2,500.
Okay.
The little hand is thousands, the big hand is hundreds.
Got it.
And you'll just hit random pockets of bumpy air. It's just, you'll get these patches of rising air, especially over like terrain. Sometimes air gets ramped up, you know,
Gotcha.
hills and valleys.
Cessna 2 Delta, frequency change.
2 Delta Papa, see ya. Alright, so we're leveling off, so I'm going pitch level, power back. I'm gonna pull it back to about 2,000 RPM or so.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna retrim it. So with trim, like right now, like if I had it trimmed too low,
Uh-huh.
see how the nose is just diving?
Yeah.
And there's like almost pressure to pull back.
Uh-huh.
You can trim it out basically for level flight. So what you want to do is pitch it where you want, which is about 3 fingers to the horizon.
Okay.
That's your sight picture. And then you
Yeah.
just kind of retrim it for that spot. So you
Okay.
should be able to like go hands off and it should just stay level. You just got to kind of play with it and find
Yeah.
that spot. But yeah, you can go ahead and take controls, go ahead and your plane, and we'll just kind of keep going straight and level for now.
Okay.
Sometimes you can get yourself into trouble if you start staring at the instruments too much.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is just kind of look at the horizon, and that should give you, you know,
Yeah.
all the data you need, you know.
So it feels like we're going a little lower there for a second.
Yeah, probably just dipped a little bit, but if you can see we're actually like still at our same altitude, you know, so
Yeah.
pretty good.
So you kind of just let it like bump through and not correct.
Yeah, you don't really want to fight it too much, you know, because the plane's very laterally stable.
Yeah.
So sometimes like a wing will get picked up, and then you'll see it just like settles back out.
Okay.
There's a couple different like aerodynamic kind of manufactural designs of how they made that happen,
Yeah.
which we'll get into later. But yeah, you don't really want to fight it too much. Just kind of roll with it.
Yeah.
Cessna 260, contact ground 121.7.
121.7.
So are you turning it?
No, I'm not touching anything. So go ahead and just roll to the left.
I guess.
There you go. Sometimes you can like get a bump and it'll start putting you into this turn.
Gotcha.
Prior to your arrival, runway 20, clear passing.
Clear for the option. We have the traffic in sight, 5880 Echo.
So let's go ahead and like just start a little turn over to the right. We're gonna kind of go northwest, so just kind of roll it over there. There you go, nice. Just keep that turn coming for now.
Okay.
And then just kind of bank it back a little bit, because it'll try to overbank on you. So sometimes you even need to like stop the turn a little bit.
Okay.
About a day, Julie Charlie, contact National Approach, happy day.
Contact approach, Julie Charlie, good day.
And let's just go a little bit more to the right. We're gonna go like 300 or so. It'll be a little easier when you're in this left seat.
Okay.
See everything,
Yeah.
but doing real good.
Keep turning.
Yeah, a little bit more. Let's go like north. Just another about 30 degrees here.
Okay.
Nice. Just keep heading that way for a little bit here.
Junction Tower, information Foxtrot Snog.
So the city's like a great visual reference to find the airport. We
Yeah.
know it's right there to the west of the city, you know? So if you can find the city, and if you can find the Cumberland, it's like impossible to get lost.
Yeah.
You know? Not a whole lot out here.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. The airport I learned at in Southern Ohio was like, you couldn't see it until you're like 3 miles away from it because it was just like buried in the trees. And there's no good references. It's
Yeah.
really hard to learn at.
Junction Tower, following there, Charlie, ready, 6-2.
And Cessna 510 Echo Charlie on departure. Right turn to the west of the roof, runway 20, clear for takeoff.
Right turn off to the west, approved, clear for takeoff 20, following there, Charlie.
And the Cessna up will be working right for traffic.
Yeah, right there, we have.
I think my friend from Pennsylvania was from Allegheny County.
Okay.
Does that sound familiar? Is
Yeah.
that's a thing, right?
That's a thing, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, he was in the flight school with me when I was
nice.
when I was there.
Cool.
Supposed to go up and fly up there with him sometime, but I never got to. I
Yeah.
kind of wanted to go fly around Pennsylvania, but
Yeah.
didn't work out.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of similar. It's pretty mountainous.
Yeah. How long have you been in Nashville?
Since 2013.
Oh, been a while.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you like it here, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, I do too.
So you've just been here since April?
Yeah.
Nice.
I was complaining about the heat all summer.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a transition,
Yep.
especially coming from Alaska.
The humidity is.
I know, like the heat index is so bad.
Yeah.
So there's the Cumberland, so we'll kind of fly over that and just kind of track it back towards the airport.
Gotcha.
Phenom 567 Echo Mike, Junction Tower, stay position from the airfield.
Was that last transmission from there, Echo? 4 out, and turn in, final.
And last call, Phenom. Say again, your step on.
76 Echo Mike, we're 3 out on final.
567 Echo Mike, sorry about that.
And when you're
Runway
learning,
20,
we're always going to be like below and away from the clouds. We don't ever go through clouds.
Number 2 following us, Phenom on a 3-mile final, runway 20.
Roger that, we have him in sight. Sorry about that. 0 Echo.
5880 Echo, no worries, runway 20.
So rudder is the feet.
Yeah, so if I just hit left rudder, watch what the nose does.
Copy, they'll be up this time.
See how it goes left and right
Yeah.
on a vertical way? Now, or on a vertical axis, bank is going to control
Yeah.
laterally and then pitch forward and back. So that's, you're always really working like all of these things. Like
Yeah.
when you're flying, you should have, every limb should be, we're doing something. You should have your hand on your power, hand on the yoke, and both feet ready on the pedals.
Gotcha.
There's the Cumberland. We'll go ahead and turn over that.
Okay.
Tune Tower, Skyhawk 972 Delta Papa is 7 miles to the west, Foxtrot, inbound full stop.
Number 972 Delta Papa, John Tune Tower, Roger. Expect a right downwind for runway 20, port 3 miles west.
2 Delta Papa. Alright, so let's just go ahead and fly straight right there.
Okay.
Delta Tower, Papa Zero Charlie, we're to park in the area out to the west. We'll call you on the way back in.
Cessna 0 Echo Charlie, forget to change boost.
Okay, 2 thanks, 0 for Charlie.
So do you use more rudder than, or more this than the rudder?
More yoke when you're controlling the airplane. Yeah, the control stick for sure.
Yeah.
Little bit on the pedals, but more it's just so to keep you coordinated.
Yeah.
You know, and it's hard to notice early on, but you'll start to like use rudder in the direction of the turn. Like I'm turning right, I'm using a little pedal with it. If going left, little to the left with it.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, like I said, the plane kind of crabs through the air.
Kingdom 6 Echo Mike, you turn left Alpha 2, contact ground 17.7.
Alpha 2 to ground. 6 Echo Mike.
Alright, so what we'll do here is set up like a little descent. So like go ahead and just reduce power a little bit.
Okay.
Just lower the nose, maybe trim it down just a tad, and then this would be like your descent sight picture. Oh, airplane. (972) Delta Papa is 3 miles to the west.
972 Delta Papa, roger, port midfield right downwind.
2 Delta Papa. Alright, and yeah, I'll go ahead and take it from here and kind of demonstrate how we come in and do our landing and everything.
Okay. Where is the airport?
So it's right at our 12 o'clock.
Okay.
So coming up here is the prison.
Yep.
That's a really good visual reference for us.
Yep.
And 2 Tower, 0 Echo is going to be a go around.
And you'll see the runway. We're going perpendicular to it right now.
Yeah.
Right downwind.
Roger that. We'll keep our eye out for him, 0 Echo.
Johnson Tower, Saratoga 117 Echo Mike is inbound 1 Foxtrot.
Number 117 Echo Mike, John 2 Tower, stay position.
I am southwest of Nashville International, about probably 2 miles.
And can you say position from John 2?
I am southeast, maybe a couple miles. I'm approaching the tower farm south of the field.
Roger, report midfield right downwind for runway 20.
Now we're entering the downwind.
Right downwind for 20 for 7 Echo Mike.
In 80 Echo, your interval's approaching midfield left downwind for runway 20.
Skyhawk 2 Delta Papa is downwind 20.
Cessna 2 Delta Papa, runway 20, clear to land.
20 clear to land, 972 Delta Papa. Alright, so we're going to start like the descent process here.
Okay.
So I'm going to reduce power. I'm going to go ahead and get 10 degrees of flaps. That's going to kind of, it's like putting on the brakes kind of.
Yeah.
Always trying to find that right seat position.
Yeah.
Like, impossible to find.
It's like, am I going to have a pillow?
You might.
In our left downwind for runway 20, port midfield.
A lot of people do kind of have some kind of cushion.
Downwind for 20 for 7 Echo Mike.
John Tune, 181 Mike Charlie. We are 5 miles out for 20.
Here's 181 Mike Charlie at John 2.
Now we're on base.
We're 5 miles north of the field for 1 Mike Charlie.
181 Mike Charlie, Roger, be flying a Cessna on a short right.
So do you kind of like watch your altitude based on how close you are?
Exactly, yeah. You want to be about 1,000 feet, kind of
80 Echo, you'll be flying a
at this point.
inside the 5 mile final for runway 20.
Roger that. We're scanning for him now, 0 Echo.
And you kind of start to get like a sight picture down for what's high and what's low, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What I was always curious about, it's like,
How do you judge
know?
it?
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, it's tricky. You can start to get better at it though.
Yeah.
Now you also have these lights Right next to the runway.
Yeah.
So you want 2 red, 2 white. That means you're on a good slope. So
Okay.
kind of what we're getting right here means you're on a proper glide
21
slope.
Mike Charlie, we have traffic in sight.
21 Mike Charlie, we're safe. 21 Mike Charlie, runway 20, clear land 2.
So now we're on final.
Number 220, Mike Charlie.
17 Echo Mike, enter into downwind for 20.
Or put down another flap.
Give me a left 360 for spacing.
Left 360 for 0 Echo.
Saratoga 7 Echo Mike, you'll be following us here. It's inside a 3-mile final of runway 20.
Following us here on a 2-mile final for 7 Echo Mike.
Saratoga 7 Echo Mike, when I report traffic in sight.
Traffic in sight for 7 Echo Mike.
Now we just go ahead and kind of hold it off.
Echo Mike, number 2, runway 20, clear land.
Number 2, clear to land for 20 for 7 Echo Mike.
There's 80 Echo, report downwind.
That little stall horn basically means as you're getting to a really...
They will make a left on the Alpha 3 without delay.
Left on Alpha 3, 2 Delta Papa. Is basically like a warning that you're getting really slow. You want to hear it right as you're touching down.
Gotcha.
All right. Okay, well that's that.
Nice.
Weren't nervous, were you?
Yeah,
A little bit, yeah.
That's normal.
At first, when you're like, go ahead.
Or whatever. Turn to the 2
You're like, really? Go for it?
Sure?
Yeah.
We have them in sight for Jericho, pump 604, clear to Charlottesville via radar vectors as filed up to 3,000, expect 390, 10 minutes after
Alright.
control 119.35, squawk 0766.
Now we gotta get our clearance to taxi. Ground Skyhawk 972 Delta Papa is ready at Alpha 3, taxi the ramp.
Cessna 972 Delta Papa, John Tune ground. Taxi to the ramp via Alpha Romeo 3.
Alpha Romeo 3 to the ramp, 972 Delta Papa. So basically everything you do, you kind of have to get permission,
Yeah.
you know? So like when we first wanted to taxi, we had to call ground, get permission. When we wanted to take off, you know, coming into land, then even back to the ramp. So
Yeah.
the tower is actually relatively new.
Okay.
Got it in September. So before it was all just, you know, communication based from pilot to pilot. Like he'd be
Wow.
asking me, you know,
Yeah.
how many could you hold for me or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So kind of nice now. You have a little bit more structure to everything that's going on
Yeah.
because it's busy here. You know, it's just constant like
Yeah.
traffic.
When did they get the tower?
September 1st.
Oh, wow.
So it's that's been very long months. Oh, there's a lot of helicopter traffic, a lot of airplanes, a lot of private jets. So definitely got to keep an eye out. We had a guy just get a little close to us over there. I don't know what was up with that. We were coming in. Did you see him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Starting to pick up a little bit, so you always want to check out the windsock, you know, kind of see what it's doing.
Gotcha.
Tricky thing with wind is that it's not necessarily always how strong it's blowing, but it's like what angle it's blowing at the runway.
Uh-huh.
If you have a strong crosswind, basically the plane will weather vane
Yeah.
and turn like towards the wind.
Right.
So you're kind of coming in sideways, you know, so that's where you
Gotcha.
especially have to use those rudder pedals to like pull that nose in. You don't want to land crooked, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So there's all this different stuff we'll have to
ground
Yeah.
go through.
059.
Cirrus 181 Mike Charlie, holding off 20. We'd like to taxi to the FBO.
Cirrus 181 Mike Charlie, John Tune ground. Make a left turn on Alpha, taxi to FBO via Alpha Romeo 3, Romeo 4.
Alpha Romeo 4, 1 Mike Charlie.
And typically our planes are always going to be over in this parking area.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll be scattered around a little bit, but for the most part, that's flight school parking.
So it's the 3 planes?
Yeah, so we have 3 172s, yeah.
13059 is Cessna 172 at flight school parking with Foxtrot. We'd like to pick our IFR up.
Cessna 13059, you cleared back to John Tune Airport via radar vectors. Climb maintain 3,000, expect 5,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure speed 119.35, and the squawk is 1001.
Alright, cleared to John Tune around Robin via radar vectors. Climb maintain 3,000, expect 5,000, 10 minutes after departure. 119.35 and 1001 for the squawk at 059.
Cessna 059, open back is correct, 5-minute taxi.
Go ready to go.
Swing it around here.
Cessna 059, runway 20, taxi via Romeo 3 and Alpha taxi.
20 via Romeo 3 Alpha, 059.
Alright. This controls how much fuel goes into the mix, into the carburetor. If you just pull that,
Yep.
basically that starves the engine. That cuts off the fuel,
Yep.
shuts the engine down.
Nice.